It's about 3.5 years ago when I started healing my heart, or when I started opening up my heart. And when this happened the first time, I had the craziest panic attack of my life. It was going on for maybe 2 hours, 3 hours. And everything that I had been avoiding up till this point, everything I had been escaping and resisting and wanting to cut out from my life, all came up to the surface. Severe trauma about an incident that I had when I was about 20 years old, that I had been escaping for as long as I can remember. I had been trying to cut this part of myself out from my life. I had deemed it unworthy, I was shameful about it, I was guilty, I felt regretful, I felt scared, I felt frustrated with myself, I felt sad. All of the emotions that we typically try to run away from, I felt regarding this thing, and all of these things came up during this panic attack. But it's also the best thing that's ever happened to me, one of the best things that's ever happened to me, because it led to me understanding that, okay, I have a lot of stuff on the inside that I've been trying to get away from for as long as I can remember. And this incident led to me developing a tool that I use with all the people I work with, all my clients. I show this tool to, and it's basically a tool where we start to seek out everything that makes us uncomfortable. Because the mind has this tendency to want to label all painful emotions as negative or bad, not okay, I shouldn't feel this way, this is not supposed to be here, I need to make myself feel good again. We are under the impression that something negative is happening on the inside. I'm being harmed by this. This is dangerous what I'm feeling. Let's say that it's fear or shame or something. This is dangerous and I need to move away from here towards a more pleasurable state. And so the tool that I give all my clients, and the tool that I've used to open my heart and to be okay as I am, is to seek out shame or guilt or fear or sadness or anything that we typically try to run away from. Hopelessness, weakness, all of these sensations in the body, right? They are just energy. They are just things happening, arising inside awareness that we are resisting. And that's why we suffer so much from it. We suffer from it because we deem it not okay, not safe. And this keeps us stuck in a constant state of survival. Desperately trying to get away from unpleasant emotions, always seeking pleasurable emotions. So if we can learn, or if we can teach our nervous system to not resist painful emotions and to not seek out pleasurable emotions, we are on a very good path towards opening up the heart. Because how I see living life with an open heart is to be completely okay with whatever arises all the time. We allow what is. We allow pain, we're not resisting pain, and we allow pleasure, we're not chasing pleasure. We just allow everything to be exactly as it is. All sensations in the body, we allow them to be what they are. So a really good practice, and the tool that I've been mentioning in this video, is that we can ask ourselves, if we feel like we are struggling with a lot of things, if we feel like we are anxious or stressed or worried, or we have a sense of hopelessness or a sense of not feeling okay, or having this sensation of, oh, here we go again, this old sensation, or this feeling again, I can't believe this is still here. Instead of turning to this narrative, trying to escape it or deeming it unworthy or not okay, we want to grab onto it and look at the unpleasant emotion, whatever is arising. Let's say that it's shame. We can even ask ourselves, what does shame feel like? Like, if I really want to live with an open heart, if I really want to live free from suffering, unbothered by struggle, free from effort, not needing to do anything in particular to feel good about myself, how can I become the most comfortable possible feeling what it is to be human? So asking myself, what does shame feel like? What does shame actually feel like? Or what does guilt actually feel like? Or what does fear feel like? Or what does it feel like to be completely weak, completely lonely, abandoned for the rest of my life? What would that feel like? And we allow those sensations to just present themselves in the nervous system as they are, without trying to get away from them. Because if you look around, you're still safe. You don't need to escape. You don't need to resist. You are safe here and now. But when we feel these unpleasant states, such as shame or guilt or fear or something, our nervous system is signaling to us that we are under threat and that we need to do something to be safe again, achieving something in the future or distracting ourselves so we don't have to feel this pain. But what we're doing is that we're delaying the inevitable. This pain will be in our system forever unless we start to take a look at it. Because if we start to take a look at it, it would make sense that it would make us feel more comfortable looking at it eventually. Yes, it can be extremely intense. It can be extremely frustrating or extremely scary because we may have been avoiding this type of pain for 50 years, 60 years sometimes. But whether we look at it, whether we take a look at the pain or not, it's still gonna be there. But if we don't take a look at it, it's gonna keep arising in our life. It's gonna keep presenting itself with like bad memories or flashbacks from the incident, the memories. So if we learn to simply ask ourselves, what does it feel like to be shameful? What does it feel like to be scared? What does the part in me feel like that is terrified of being alone, for example? All of these things will allow us to take a look at our pain from a space of awareness. And we allow ourselves to be present within our body as we're feeling the pain. And this is what we could call shadow work or emotion work. But we're literally just allowing our nervous system and our body to feel what we're feeling without adding the narrative of the mind telling us that we need to move or do something or escape or resist. We're freeing ourselves from that narrative. And when we take away the narrative and allowing the body and the nervous system to be exactly as it is, with the pain, with the pleasure, that freedom that arises there is unmatched by anything. And what I have found in my own life is that when I have allowed myself to feel everything that I absolutely have not wanted to feel my entire life, I become more at ease. I find peace and I find a sense of okayness, being myself, regardless of what I achieve or what I do or how I'm seen or anything like that. I am completely worthy exactly as I am because there's nothing left on the inside that will be able to harm me. And so I have done this work repeatedly for several years right now. And what it has taught me is that since I'm not scared of anything coming from the inside anymore, I can just relax in pain as well. Now, this doesn't mean that pain will never arise. Pain comes and goes all the time, as pleasure does. But there's no resistance there anymore. And so when there's a trigger happening in my life, or when I'm suffering, when I feel like my body or mind is struggling with something, trying to find something, or trying to solve something, or trying to resist something, there's an underlying sense of joy or curiosity there. So as soon as a trigger arises, I'm like, oh, cool, a trigger. Nice. I'm not free here yet. How can I investigate this? How can I inquire into this feeling or trigger that is arising so that I can feel it even deeper? Where is it coming from? Where is this trigger coming from? When did I feel it the first time? Why have I been resisting it for so long? And I've done this repeatedly to come to a place where I'm like kind of fine with everything that has happened in my life. Things that I used to hate myself for. Things that I used to be depressed over. Things I used to be so guilty that it was eating me up from the inside for years. And now I realize that these are all the best things that has ever happened to me. Because these things have taught me to not judge myself. To not judge my pain. To not judge judgment. To allow myself to judge, even if the mind wants to judge myself for certain emotions or something. There's more space in there, so I can witness the judgment taking place without me feeling like there's something I need to do or fix. I can just be, oh, here's judgment. I can be with this. I have felt judgment in the past. And when I allow myself to feel judgment exactly as it is, there's no judgment there, because it's just a sensation. It doesn't tell me that I need to move somewhere or do something or resist something. It just is what it is. So this practice of turning to the pain, of asking myself, what does shame feel like? Or what does fear feel like? Or what does the part in me feel like that is scared of death, for example? It's allowed me to open up more and find so much more space on the inside and actually become curious about pain, what pain actually is. And it's taught me to become a better person and to see me as worthy and to see me as I am enough, regardless of what I achieve or do. And with that sensation of I am already always everything I've been searching for, I am enough, I am worthy, the driving force that comes out of that is a childlike, innocent type of playfulness. And all the driving forces become more authentic because we're not expecting our wholeness, our completion to come from pursuits in the future. Because there's no pain in us anymore. This driving us to get away from the pain, to seek pleasure in the future. That thing goes when we allow ourselves to open up the pain. When we allow ourselves to not judge our own judgment or drop the self-judgment that we do all the time, or judging other people. All of that is going to be cleared away, and what is going to be left there is just an underlying sense of joy and love for life. And yes, it's going to be painful, and yes, it might take some time, and yes, I'm still doing this work, and I hope it never stops, because what this type of work has revealed to me is more of myself. I haven't found anything. I haven't become anything. I have just found myself more at ease as I am, with or without achievements or things I need to do, or money. There's just more of myself that I've been able to recognize and relax into more, which is just a sense of complete okayness with life as it is. And so I wish that everyone would start to get curious about this. And this is why we don't see so many enlightened people everywhere. Because nobody wants to feel their own pain. Everyone is trying to, so desperately to try and get away from their pain. This is driving our society, if you think about it. Everyone is walking okay with pain on the inside, desperate to trying to prove themselves worthy to themselves and the world, and find pleasure in the world by achieving things or pursuing things, believing that happiness is just around the corner, because we have a sense on the inside that we are not okay as we are, because we have all this pain from the past. So if we learn to just feel this pain, yes, the pursuits that we're pursuing might change, may very well change, but it's going to be coming from a more of an authentic place. Creativity, productivity, discipline. We're not trying to become something else. We're not trying to compare ourselves to others anymore. We're not judging ourselves. Our pursuits and our way of being become as we are. Spacious, healed, clean, in a sense. And this is the most fascinating thing I've ever discovered in my life. And this all started about 4 years ago, when I had that massive panic attack. I intuited that this is what I needed to do. I needed to go into the pain and look at the pain and sit with the pain and be okay with the pain, because it's not going anywhere. You cannot cut these memories or this pain out from your life. It's going to be there regardless if you take a look at it or not. And that's what I found. Taking a look at it allows my nervous system to relax in the pain. And when the pain subsides and when I relax in the pain, what is left is a sense of awe and wonder and love for the ordinary all the time. And that's why I'm so passionate about this work. So if you're interested in that, click the first link in my description and apply for my coaching and see if we want to work together. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you want to, like and comment as well. I read every comment and I want to hear about your story as well. And I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you so much. Peace.